But that is huge for me. And then obviously Joe Whit Jr., seeing what he did with Deron Bland, seeing what he did with Trayvon and Quinn and what they did with those guys, our cornerbacks, man, and our secondary. Cam Curl, man. I mean, out of all of the crap that we've dealt with, to have him be as good as he's been on our defense when healthy, I can only imagine what's going to happen when he gets to play a position and not 1, 2, 3, my safety and my nickel corner and my Buffalo. You know what I mean? Like, that I love. And then you mentioned it, Forbes. I mean, he's getting ragged on. I've seen memes about him as, the biggest flop, bust, blah, blah, blah. But like you said, it was a high school guy coaching this guy that hadn't been I could have done better than that. And I would have just said backpedal, turn around and run. That would have been better. So this to me these are two key positions that we absolutely need, and we absolutely have not had at least at a high level. Well, we haven't had a linebacker in years, but at a high level at secondary since Smoot. Like, how far do we have to go back till we had
Sean Springs?
Yeah, Springs.
He played well for us, but you're right. Darryl Green,
right?
Champ Bailey,
right? We got to go all the way back to that, and for me, that's what I'm excited about. I want to see these guys start to elevate our defense with the secondary and the linebackers. Our D-line, I mean, we don't know. We're going to keep those two middle guys, but I feel like we could be fine with them. If we could shut down that back seven, if we could shut down those wide receivers coming out and not get killed by the cross or have these gaping holes by the running game, that to me is something that's paramount and something that we have not had and we need desperately.
Right. Well, you talked about it with our secondary. We don't know who they're going to want to bring in free agency. And one of the reasons I welcomed a guy like a Jordan Lewis from Dallas is because Forbes and St. Juice are unproven as starters. And Kendall Fuller's a free agent. So we don't know who's going to be there. Right. Those guys have to get better than what they've shown. And so, maybe there's a chance with this new coaching staff, they can improve their technique. One thing I was listening to about Dan Quinn that had me a little bit concerned was in Dallas, he played a lot of man coverage. And I was like, that doesn't help Emmanuel Forbes. But the difference being he had his corners play off because they basically said, our defensive line, we're going to put enough pressure where they're going to have to get rid of the ball early, and he allows his corners to jump routes. That is exactly what Forbes did at Mississippi State. He anticipated plays. And so I was like, okay, well maybe that would work. Because if you're just saying you need to be a man corner, well, then just cut him now. Like, let's just move on.
Just we're done.
Yeah. But and it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do, because Cam Curl's a free agent. Because I'm with you, we're like, let him play a position, but we got to figure out, is he someone they want to bring back? We don't really know that yet. So there's a lot of question marks in this defense. That's probably our bigger question mark. Like, we know the offensive line sucked last year, but the whole defense sucked last year. And we don't have two starting edges right now. So there's a lot of holes in that secondary. So the fact that we've got so much experience as we do, that helps me out. Maybe the coaches can cover up for not having the Jimmies and the Joes with some better X's and O's.
All I know is that until we get better, Ken Norton better fit himself for an outfit.
Yeah,
because we might need to bring him out there. All right,
I'm pretty sure Jason Simmons played it, and he's pretty young. Maybe he can still go.
I'm saying, look, hopefully that's why we brought some of these guys in.